Imagine having a mid MM2 inventory in 2025. Just kidding. But in this video, I will share more secrets to growing your inventory in Murder Mystery 2. This is a step-by-step guide for beginners with small inventories that have godlies. If you want to learn how to get your first godly, check out this video I made on my channel like a couple months ago. Alright, first of all, you want to have a starting item. Now, starting items are important to see how much you can grow your inventory off of. The items can range from godlies, ancients, collectibles, stacks, or even pets. Alright, the most important thing you want to have is a value list to refer to. Now, I use Supreme Values, which is the more popular option, but a great alternative is MM2 Values, which has been around longer. I think it's been around since like 2017. Alright, now that you have the foundation for trading success, let me educate you on the basics of trading. So first things first, trading servers are one of the best useful resources you can use. Both Supreme Values and MM2 Values website has a page dedicated to trading servers, which are just private servers where people can purposely look for trades for their items. Trading servers are the #1 best resource to grow your inventory off of. If you don't believe me, here are a few trades that I got from trading servers. Most of the time, the servers are full in these trading servers, so you might have to wait a couple minutes. But honestly, I think it's worth it. So in the meanwhile, while you're waiting or something, just I don't know, watch one of my videos, you know? The second thing that you should do for trading success to grow your inventory is to get overpays and not underpays. So an overpay is when you receive a total amount of items that are higher than what you're giving, which is what we want. A perfect example of this is giving a candy set 240 for an ocean set, which is 285 value, according to Supreme Values. This means that you're receiving a 50 value overpay, which is key for growing your inventory. An underpay is the exact opposite. An underpay is when you receive a total amount of items that are lower than what you're giving. An example of this would be giving a full swirly set, which is 130 value total, for a specter set, which is 120. This would mean you'll be getting a 10 value underpay, which is what you don't want because you'd be losing value, and if you want to grow your inventory, you don't want to lose value. However, there are some cases where you should overpay. This is when you're upgrading from multiple smaller items to a bigger item. Let's say you have a bauble, which is 500 value, and an ocean set, which is 285 value. You should give those 3 items, which are 785 total, for one bigger item, like a dark shot, for example, which is 765 value. Now, you would be overpaying by 20 value, but it's to get a bigger and better item. Then you should downgrade that dark shot for an overpay that's more than 20 in order to gain a profit. Alright, I know that was a lot of information, but there's more to it. I want to explain what stabilities are in regards to Supreme Values. Now, Supreme Values has a stability tag on every item that indicates its tradability. So basically, if an item is 150 value and it has the overpaid for stability, it means it gets more than 150 value. Basically, there are 5 types of stabilities that you want to aim for in order to grow your inventory. The stabilities are rising, overpaid for, doing well, improving, and sometimes stable. Rising means that an item is guaranteed a raise in the future because it gets consistent large overpays. Overpaid for means the item gets more than what the value sits at. Doing well means that the value will not drop and has a decent chance of rising, but it's not guaranteed that it will rise. The tag improving means that the item is likely going to rise in demand, but there is no guarantee that the item will rise in value. And finally, stable means that the item isn't bad or good and it will probably stay the same value, which is sometimes good because you don't really want unstable items, because those unstable items are probably going to rise and then drop and rise and drop, and you never know if you're going to be stuck with those items because nobody wants unstable items, I'm going to be honest with you. Alright, and for more information, I suggest referring to the user guide on the Supreme Values website because I'm not about to explain a whole essay on how to read Supreme Values, stabilities, tags, and whatever. Alright, the last method is probably literally the best method that all traders use. If you're a trader that has a lot of experience on MM2 trading, you probably used this method before. And this method is called flipping items. So you guys know during holidays, MM2 usually drops an update. Like the most recent update was the Halloween update. Now usually there's a new bundle, a box godly, and a godly at the end of the battle pass. Since the items are considered new because they literally just dropped, the demand for it is very high. High to a point where traders can offer a range of 3,000 to 5,000 value for the box and battle pass godlies. However, the bundle usually gets trades around 1,500 to 3,000 in the first 2 days of the update. After 2 days, the value is usually posted on the Supreme Values website. Over time, like the bundle will like eventually drop. If it has like a set value, it's probably going to decrease because people are gonna like know the value and give less for it. Flipping is basically gambling, but you're not actually like gambling on like sketchy websites. Flipping means getting either unstable items or high demand items to make profit off of. Usually, people trade for the new godlies to try and flip it. But you can buy the bundle or the battle pass godly if you have like the Robux. Like the bundle is like 3,399, which is basically like 25 US dollars, which is kind of a lot. But anyways, here's an example of flipping. So I traded the new bundle, the Xeno set, for an evergreen. So time is also very important in flipping, or else you might get stuck with an unstable item, which has happened to me like multiple times. It actually happened to me this summer with the, what is it called? The sunrise and sunset. So if you want to learn more about MM2 trading, check out my 3 other videos I made about MM2 trading. If you have any more questions about trading in Murder Mystery 2, ask me in the comments because I read every single comment. Also, the value lists that I talked about in this video are linked in the description. See you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. So, yeah.